going to face. But if we just stop right there, it would be a pretty bleak picture. And he turns the corner, or starts to, in verse 11, he says, "As for you, O man of God, flee these things, run from this, and to run from this you must run from the love of money. You must run from desiring to be rich. Pursue righteousness instead. Make your desire righteousness. Make your desire godliness, faith, love, steadfastness, gentleness. Pursue these. Pursue is an active word. Get out there and run after it. Chase after that instead of money. Fight the good fight of the faith. Resist the temptations. Take hold of the eternal life to which you are called." Again, these are all aggressive words. Take hold of it. It's going to take a lot of effort. This is not floating, drifting downstream. This is swimming against the pull, against the current. I remember one time, not far from here, we have what we call the Sandy River, and I remember being out there one time, just getting exercise, swimming against the current, and I was swimming as hard as I could, and I realized all I was doing was staying in the same spot, relatively speaking, and I had to really turn it on to make any progress at all. And you know, that's the way it is in our Christian lives, because we live in a culture that so worships money. Now let's fast forward to verse 17, where we'll get the good news about money. And we'll just say that in between, it talks about God who gives life to us. It says God who is, in verse 15, the blessed and only sovereign. The word translated blessed is the Greek word makarios, which means happy. He who is happy. We have a happy and sovereign God. Now he says this in verse 17. "As for the rich in this present age, charge them not to be haughty, not to be proud, nor to set their hopes on the uncertainty of riches." Sometimes one of the temptations of wealth is to think, I really deserve this. I worked my way up. I really earned this. And sometimes we kind of fool ourselves, or at least exaggerate how important we are. And it's the old thing about the guy who is born on third base and congratulates himself for hitting a triple. All the advantages and the homes and the wealth and the education that we have that most people in the world don't have, and we can be proud and we can say we pulled ourselves up by our bootstraps, and there's people in the world that don't have bootstraps, and we need to help them. Nor to set their hopes on the uncertainty of riches. God is certain, but riches are uncertain. But to put our hope in God, who richly provides us with everything to enjoy, which is so great. Right in the middle of this passage, he's saying, God really does. You don't have to feel guilty for having stuff and enjoying it, as long as you follow what he's about to tell you. God richly provides us with everything to enjoy. Verse 18, "They, the rich in this world, are to do good and to be rich in good works and be generous and ready to share." They are to do good. Do good. Use the wealth God has given you, the time God has given you, the opportunity, the sphere of influence God has given you to do good. To be rich in good works. So here's the way to be rich. Not to be rich in terms of your bank account and all your financial holdings, but to be rich in good works that you choose to do. To be generous. So this is doing good works with the money that God has entrusted to your care. It's his money. To be generous and ready to share. And that word is sometimes translated willing, like willing to share. But it's more than that. It's ready. It's even eager to share.